Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV. You can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new REV'IT Aquila H2O Glove, available at RevZilla.com. Big fan of the direction for the new 2015 Aquila. This is the most technical sub $200 Hydrotex glove that we've seen REV'IT do. Now, they've revamped their entire glove line going into this fall. And again, there's a lot of new Gore-Tex, there's a lot of new bomb-proof. And when I say fall weather riding gloves, think waterproof, insulated, but 3-season cold weather riding. So fall, winter, spring, and if we look at the makeup and the DNA of the Aquila, this is really more of an adventure touring assortment where some of the softer knuckle versions of some of the other gloves are really going to be more for that multi-season touring. They're not going to be as technical. What I believe they did with the Aquila is they took the best of the DNA in the configuration of their uber top-end Taurus GTX, which again is full Gore-Tex, full Primaloft, and they stole what they could from that DNA, kept the hard shell knuckle, kept the super fabric, and they've baked in now a waterproof, breathable Hydrotex liner, and they've managed to get it down under the $200 mark. So again, I'm a fan of that. I think there's a large rider contingent that just can't spend $250 on a pair of gloves, but knows they need a greater deal of protection and comfort because they're riding throughout the winter. Now, if we look at it, some of the quick call outs here. Hard shell knuckle. We talked about super fabric. We're going to get into it in detail. Landing zone at the palm, connect finger, and what I really like that they've done here is this is the only glove using Hydrotex that has their new set it and forget it cuff that's self-cinching, and we'll talk about that a little bit further as well. There's also Primaloft in this glove. So it's the only Hydrotex with Primaloft, which the back of the hand is Primaloft Gold. It is a dramatically more insulative material, super technical, from the military, invented in the 80s. They're using it, it's lightweight, it retains heat, and again, they're using it on the back of the hand while you still have Thinsulate G, which is the top end Thinsulate on the grip panel as well. Now, keep in mind, Fitment. It's going to be a winter glove. It's a little bit bulkier. It's not going to be using like a Gore Plus grip or one of the types of materials like they have the MIC-Fit system. You're going to be trading some tactile response here, but that's okay because you're getting that bomb-proof and warmth that stretches through the winter riding months. I will say I'm wearing a size large. I wear a large consistently in REV'IT these days, even in their bulkier and heavier duty wintertime riding gloves. Keep that in mind. I don't want to call it bulky, maybe it's bulky compared to other REV'IT summer weight gloves, but as far as the amount of insulation here, I don't consider it bulky compared to other manufacturers. Wearing a large, I wear a large in Icon, a large in First Gear, I wear an XL in Dainese Alpine Stars, so keep that in mind. I consider those guys to be fitting European. REV'IT these days, better at accommodating thicker fingers, better at accommodating a hand that's not going to break in a textile glove. Again, more American expectations. They've really done a lot of work there and hit it home in the last couple of years. Keep in mind, we're going to ship for free over 39 bucks. I'd love it if you would click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV, leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on the new Aquila H2O. Now, let's walk through the glove nuance by nuance. You're noticing that we have our Power Shield twill on the back here, which is a REV'IT textile. Notice the reflectivity high up on the hand to create that great humanoid form when you get hit with the beams at night or in inclement weather. Elastication at the back side of the knuckle to allow this hard shell Trionic style knuckle to move with you. This is the upgraded Trionic knuckle, and behind it's going to be SeeSoft to dampen any shock absorption transferred to it. So you get the slide and the impact protection, and then you get that shock absorbing layer as well. Notice it's seated in super fabric, tiny laser ceramic welded plates that are 14 times more abrasion resistant than Kevlar or leather. They're going to allow you to slide. Think of them as tiny scales or chainmail for your hand, and notice they also go all the way upside the pinky. You could see it peeking out right there on that little fourchette where that leather breaks. Notice that that is a high abrasion or impact prone zone. It's going to allow you to slide further. Now, on the Taurus GTX, they put the super fabric on the knuckle itself. Here on the Aquila, they bonded it to the outer material. I actually like the way that this is designed. Moving into the fingers, light elastication, raised TPU across the fingers, and then we get into our leather. Notice it's goat skin. It's going to be a goat material which is as abrasion resistant as cowhide, and that goat skin is going to offer great tactile response. You'll see it in the palm, but it does a better job when it gets wet of holding up in the long run. Moving to the inside of the hand on the thumb, snot patch on the bottom of the thumb, that's going to be moved for the final production version. Outside of the finger, inside of the thumb, wipe your nose, wipe your visor. It's a key feature in cold weather riding, multi-season touring, or commuting. You're going to want that, and they're going to move it back to where you'd expect to see it based on feedback from riders and from us at the early stages of the process. Now, if we move into the palm, notice your goat, You're going to have the goat diamond for extra grip and reinforcement along the control patch. And then in the finger, they're using the REV'IT Connect, which allows you to work an iPhone or an Android, and you're going to notice they've worked that in. They should do that on all of their gloves at this point. They're not on all of their gloves, but you see it here on the Aquila, and it's a nice touch. Moving down, great encapsulation of the outseam, which they do. I talk about it all the time, and you get this great landing zone protection, which I personally have tested out. Shock absorption slide, and it's seated on top of a SeeSoft panel, which gives you the ability to disperse some of that energy. Really, really well designed. Now, if we move into our cuff, it's the new style self-adjusting cuffs from REV'IT, and what that means is when I open it, I'm going to pull this tab to open it up. Notice it gets loose, but if I was wearing my other glove and I just wanted to get this glove on over top of my jacket, now I have the ability to cinch it by going like that, and then I cinch it down. Watch that one more time. You open it up, it's going to cinch and then cinch down. REV'IT's really been pushing their glove game on the cinch materials. They did it on the Cayenne Pro gloves. You're going to see it goes across the back of the hand. On these gloves, on the 3-season cold weather, the inclement weather gloves, now they're giving you the set it and forget it cuff. Sorry, Ron Popeil, I probably owe you a nickel. I know you've trademarked that term. Now, the other thing I could call out here is if I open this up, you're also going to see a multitude of materials. You see a higher lofted fur material on the back side of the hand. I call it this monkey fur. That's going to do a better job at tracking heat. And on the inside here, I actually can't show you because it's cinched down all the way, but it's going to be a little bit lighter weight of a fleece. So what they did is they gave you your insulation, they gave you your Hydrotex waterproof breathable membrane, and they gave you the fleece to keep it comfortable. And remember, they're using Thinsulate G, which is the highest end Thinsulate on the palm, and also on the back of the hand, they're going to be using that Primaloft Gold, which again is synthetic, it's tiny, it's going to be a space age material done in the military that now we bring to motorcycle technology for years and years that allows you at that high end to retain that heat. So remember, your Aquila is going to be your most technical of all of the Hydrotex gloves before you get into Gore-Tex. If you want to step up into Gore-Tex, look at the Cyber, look at the Borealis, look at the Taurus GTX. In the Hydrotex line though, I like this as your adventure glove, and for multi-season touring, check out the Sirius H2O, which I really, really like as well. REV'IT's taken a huge step forward. Expect to see a lot of these gloves in our fall weather gear guides. Now, the next step in your journey is to click our info button on the screen. Visit RevZilla.com, read other rider reviews of the new Aquila H2O. Remember, start with my information, but you don't have to take my word for it. As always, we'll ship for free over $39. If you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV on our YouTube channel. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.